Hello, Crusaders. I'm Elijah Clegg.
And I'm Daisy Garcia. Welcome to the Red and Gold Show.
Students, remember that Monday is a planned e-learning day. It is also an optional college visit day for juniors and seniors. See academic counselors with questions about the college visit requirements. All students are responsible for e-learning work whether or not you go to visit a college. Our new school year brought about some new changes this year. One of the most noticeable changes came in the school's leadership. After Dr. Breckenacher accepted a new position at the Archdiocese of Fort Wayne, Mr. Dellacca stepped up to the role of interim principal for the year. Amy Everhart has more on Mr. Dellacca's new role and his transition so far from his prior role of Vice President of Technology.
Mr. Dellacca has switched from his role in the IT department to the interim principal.
I'm very excited about being the new interim principal here at Scecina. It's been a great path for me to start here as Vice President of Technology and then move to a new role to serve students here at Scecina. So I'm excited about it.
Mr. Dellacca has spent some time praying and preparing for this role.
I have. I started a couple of years ago with some prayer and discernment in regards to how I could serve the school in new ways. And so in doing that, then I started some coursework to make sure that I had all of the background and training that I needed.
He feels that the biggest challenge has just been transitioning and getting the school year ready.
We had a lot to do over the summer to get technology ready, and then for me to take on new and different responsibilities. And so I feel like we're getting really close to having things ironed out in both technology as well as in the administration of the school from a readiness standpoint of me fully transitioning over.
Although Mr. Dellacca is thriving in his new position, he still helps Ms. Druas with IT as needed. Ms. Druas thinks he is doing very well in his new role and that it suits him. Even though Mr. Dellacca loves his new role as interim principal, his heart will always be with technology.
You know, I think that there's a certain part of me that just loves the nuts and bolts and the operations of the technology, right? So there's kind of that geekdom of myself that's kind of built in. So I miss some of that work, but being in the principal role gives me a lot of fulfillment.
Hope you all have a lovely afternoon. Be safe. God bless. You are dismissed.
Thanks, Amy, and good luck to Mr. Dellacca as we continue throughout the school year. For those who drive to school, today is the last day to purchase parking permits without getting cited. Starting Tuesday, any students parking in the lot during the school day will need to have a parking permit displayed in their window. Those who do not will face disciplinary actions. The cost is $10.50. Check out the Canvas announcement for the link to purchase your permit online, or see Ms. Druas in the technology office if you need to pay with cash. Now let's go to Julian with a look at today's sports.
Thanks, Elijah. The boys soccer team lost at Park Tudor 1-0 last night. Tough one, Crusaders. The boys tennis team beat Shortridge 4-1. Congrats, Crusaders. Tonight, the football team will take on Beech Grove at Manual High School at 7 p.m. Your Crusaders are 3-0, ranked first in the coaches' poll. Beech Grove is 2-1 with an early loss to Lutheran. Good luck tonight, Crusaders. Tomorrow, the volleyball team will compete at Greenwood Invite at 9 a.m. With that in mind, Miles Days has more on the volleyball team and their expectations.
The volleyball team is 7-4.
With conference wins over Beech Grove, Speedway, and Lutheran. The team is balanced this year. They have two freshmen playing varsity, Abby McCoy and Sierra Lathrop. Through the season, the girls are still excited for playing their upcoming games.
After this, we should be done.
The team has done well in the conference, but they know harder games are upcoming.
The team will play in the Greenwood Invitational tomorrow.
Thanks, Miles. Good luck to the volleyball team and the invite tomorrow. The cross-country team will also compete tomorrow in the All-Catholic invite. The meet will be held at Guerin High School at 11 a.m. Good luck, runners. On Monday, the boys tennis team will compete at Warren Central at 4:30. The girls soccer team will play at Park Tudor at 5. Finally, the JV football team will host Tech at 5:30. Good luck, Crusaders. Now back to the news.
Thanks, Julian. Today we're sharing the first edition of a new segment called Beyond the Box. In this feature, reporters will go beyond the walls of Scecina and share stories that relate to the broader schools or Eastside community. In today's segment, Bailey Sims gives us a look at students who work part-time jobs and how they balance their jobs and schoolwork.
Makeup? More questions? Okay, we do.
A job during school can be challenging, so we caught up with seniors Jodina Livesay, Hunter Howard, and Sophia Petrone to learn how they balance work and school.
I work at Subway, and I've worked here for 3 or 4 months.
Jodina works at a Subway in Beech Grove. Her hours vary, but she usually works the night shift.
I work 4 days a week from the time I get out of volleyball to the time we close.
Hunter Howard has worked at Giacomo's for a little over a year. He currently works as a busser and also has hours that vary.
I do refills, I stack plates, I get the ice, I clean tables off, I close down my bus station after the end of the day. And the hours depend on what shift I have. It's either 5 hours, 6 hours, or 4 hours.
Finally, Sophia Petrone works at Wiley Palooza in Irvington and has worked there for about 2 years. Her hours depend on if she is in a sport or not.
Well, during off-season of sports, my hours are like I can work every other week or like 2 times a week. It just kind of depends. And then during sports, I only work weekends.
At Wiley, Sophia makes and serves several different sweets.
I scoop ice cream, I make milkshakes, I make boba teas and shakes, and sundaes.
Jordina, Hunter, and Sophia balance their work and school schedules differently, but focus on getting their work done throughout their school day.
I honestly just do a bunch of my work at school if I know I have to work, so I won't have to do it. And then sometimes, like, they let us do homework here.
With school, I just make sure I get my work done before work starts, and then I go to work, come home, and do the rest of my homework.
Well, basically only working on the weekends makes it so I don't have to worry about sports as much during the week, so it makes that really easy. But other than that, I just kind of get my stuff done during the week so I don't have to worry about it while I'm working.
These students also provided tips for anyone looking for a job.
Make sure you get your work done and make sure it's a job that like fits your schedule, especially, and hopefully like they offer you time to do your work. Work somewhere kind of near to you, so like if you have to find a ride for some reason, you could always walk.
Find a job you love, something that you know you can do every day.
Miss Huntoon, having worked at her public library during high school, also had some tips to give the students.
Time management will be a factor in how many hours you could work during the school week. I would suggest doing more hours on the weekend to begin with before you know how many hours you can handle during the week with your schoolwork and outside activities.
Working during school also helps the students gain many skills.
It teaches you a lot of time management and responsibility, especially because you make a commitment to like go to school and to have a job, so there's a lot of things on your plate. So it teaches you a lot about how to like judge the time that you need to get all of it done.
I think regardless if you're working or if you're involved with other things, time management and having a strong work ethic is definitely something that somebody in that position must have.
If you end up getting a job during the school year, make sure to get a work permit from your employer and bring it to the guidance office.
They'll bring that in to Mrs. Four in the school counseling office. She'll check grades and attendance, If there are no more than one F and the attendance, and that includes tardies and everything, is great, then she'll go on to the state, get the work permit, and then call them down.
Thanks, Bailey. It's impressive when students can work and go to school. Remember to vote for our very own Marquise Edwards in the Prom Fashion Model Contest, sponsored by Louis Tuck Shop. Voting continues through October, and each person may vote once per day per device. Please consider bookmarking the website below and voting each day. Don't forget to log in and complete your assignments on Monday.
Stay classy and give that little extra.